Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 463. Phil Graham here, and I'm glad you're here because I've got a little bit of a different episode today. I'm actually going to talk about when you should not run Facebook ads. Now, I think almost anyone and everyone who wants or needs customers and clients could probably benefit from running ads, but there are some situations where maybe you shouldn't be running ads. Maybe it might do you more harm than good. So today, I'm going to share what those situations are. It is March 24th, and welcome to spring, my friends. It's a great time of year, and I hope you are doing amazing. Now, before we jump into the content, if you need some help with your ads or with your AI, whether you're looking for one-on-one help or somebody to do it for you, just go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and let's connect. Let's jump right in, and let's talk about when not to run ads. Okay, like I said, I think for most of you, it's probably really smart to be running ads, but when shouldn't you be running ads? Number one is when you absolutely need a result by like next week. I'm talking about like mentally. If you cannot run an ad and give it time before you start freaking out or worrying about it, then you've probably already lost. If you have the mentality, I'm just going to try ads for a couple days or try it for a week or two, don't even start. You'd be better off just not even having a business because that is not the right kind of attitude. You know, I love investing. I love stocks. That would be like if I bought a stock and I'm like, I'm just going to try investing for a couple days. You know, like anybody who knows anything about investing, I'm not talking about day trading, but investing knows that you put money in and you let it grow, you give it time. So you don't want to go into ads with the mentality of, I'm just going to try it out for a couple weeks. Now, you can go in with the mentality of, I'm just going to try it out. Nothing wrong with that, but I would be giving it at least 3 months, if not longer, of time to try it out. So sometimes this is just a mental thing. You start spending money on ads and you feel like I need a result right away. If that's you and you cannot change that, like I said, you're better off not even running ads, and you're probably better off not having a business. Like I'm not trying to be mean or anything. It's just, that's something you would have to work on. A great example of that is a long time ago, before I was into investing, the first time I bought a stock, I was actually scared to hold it overnight because I was like, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? That was a me problem. You know, that was on me. I had to fix that mindset. Now, obviously, it's no big deal. I never even think twice about it. You know, there's 100 years of market data. It's fine. But I had to fix something within my own thought process. You want to make sure that you're not going into ads with the wrong thought process, or else there's a good chance you'll fail before you even really get started. Reason number 2 to not run ads is if you're just listening to some get rich quick idiot. You know, there's so many scammers out there that tell you they have this magic whatever. If you just do this, then you're going to be successful. And that's a bunch of BS. So if that's why you're running ads, or if that's what you're going to run as your ads, you would be probably way better off to not even start. Reason number 3 not to run ads is if you're just going to be using either automated templates or some cheap AI slop that's out there. Like there's software that'll create 100 variations of this and that. And I love AI. I'm an AI first guy. I use it. I teach it. I love it. But I also know its limitations. And I know a lot of people use a lot of AI slop as ads. There's a lot of bad crap out there. And so if you're just using a bunch of slop that's not good, or if you're using these automated templates, then there's a good chance it's not going to work out well for you. And again, it's probably better you don't even try. And then lastly, and this is super important because you might not have a problem with any of these things that I just mentioned. You might be good to go, but some of you guys might have a problem or a challenge with this last one. And it's something you really have to fix. And that is, you should not be running ads when you do not have a runway. You got to have a financial runway. It's the same thing, going back to the investing analogy. If I invest money today, I shouldn't be investing money today that I'm going to need next week or next month. And so you have to have some runway when you're running ads. You have to give it time. You don't know if it's going to work on day 1 or day 81 or 101 or never or right away. You don't know until you start getting data. And so you don't want to be in the position of, only having like 2 weeks or 1 month of ad budget, and then you'd have to stop. If that's you, you're better off not even starting and trying to get more money first and then running ads at that point. So these are all really important things. Again, I think most businesses should be running ads, but you got to do it the right way. You have to do it the smart way, and you got to stay away from the scammers that are out there because they're everywhere and they're going to lead you the wrong way in most cases. And as always, just a reminder, it's always important to point out that every business is unique. Results can vary. There's no guaranteed outcomes. So always keep that in mind. So my friends, I hope that was helpful. Next week, got a great episode. I'm going to talk about why you might want to fix your offer before fixing your ads if you're running something and it's not working. So make sure and check that out next Tuesday. But until then, if you want to get in touch, philgrahamdigital.com is the website, or DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital. Episode 463 is in the books. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will talk to you on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.